Welcome to Wine Library TV. I'm your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and this is the Bobble Head Show. A big weekend coming up. I hope everybody has a tremendous Labor Day, an absolutely phenomenal time to drink a whole lot of white wine with the weather, and it's coming into red wine season. Though I don't believe in that stuff because it's stupid and you should be able to drink what you want when you want. We'll be talking about that in the fall and winter about rosé and how tremendous it is with the Thanksgiving fare. So it's going to be really a lot of cool episodes hopefully in the fall. Finally done with the countdown mott. Laid back Friday. Time to finally relax a little bit as it was pretty darn hectic the days leading up to the event. Last night, the Vaniacs, especially big shout out to Paul M., did a huge thing for me. Mott, throw the picture up. They made me a custom bobblehead, the Gary Vaynerchuk bobblehead, and it's pretty darn cool. I can't even thank you guys enough. It's really a tremendous honor to have a bobblehead, so it's a lot of fun. I'm excited about that. We're going to do a couple Chardonnays today. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the Vaniac wine for the big announcement yesterday. If you're watching this episode and did not watch yesterday's episode, you need to do that immediately. We've got some questions like we do on Laid Back Friday. Look at this threesome right here. Me, Lionel, and Curtis Martin, the Hall of Famer. Now that is a threesome I like to be a part of. Let's get into the first wine right off the bat. It's the Chappellet 2005 Napa Valley Chard, $21 US, 90 points, Wine Spectator, and I'm excited about trying this. So give it a little bit of a pour and a rinse. Actually, kind of forgot about the rinse. So looks like I'm pouring into my rug. Is that pretty cool? I don't know, kind of weird today. I was just deciding what to taste with the questions today, and just was in the mood for Napa Valley Chard. We're doing the Napa Cab thing. Little oak monster love is starting to come my way lately, so just thought it'd be a lot of fun. These are two producers that I'm very fond of in the past. Chappellet, I think, always brings tremendous thunder and quality for well-priced Chardonnay, $21. And the 8 Chardonnay that I'm going to tell you all about, very Burgundian in the past when I've had it, so I've been really fond of it. Some nice color, a little bit lighter maybe than I would expect from Chardonnay. Let's give it a little bit of sniff. Definitely some apple coming through on this fragrance. A little pear action as well. Little hint of the oak monster, but not too bad. I do get a little burnt walnut shells, which I find quite interesting and very obvious, actually. Little melon and cantaloupe on this nose, so I'm appreciating that quite a bit. Let's give it a whirl. 14.5 alcohol content. When you lead into the sip, you get an enormous oak monster aspect. So that's kind of funny. It was kind of hidden under there. But as it kind of approached, it definitely got a little on the palate. And there's some real bitterness going on in this wine. Hot, bitter action. And as much as I'm a tough guy, HBA is kind of difficult to swallow. 21 bones. Now comes the buttered popcorn. My God. Wow, makes me want to go see Superbad again. I mean, buttered popcorn all day long. Not my style. Not my style at all. Woody, then acidic and tough, then this buttered popcorn aspect, all separately, not integrated. I prefer integration. Do you like integration? I like integration, and I'm not getting integration in this wine whatsoever. 84 points, and I'm going to give this wine a pass. Let's throw up 7 Z's on this one. P-A-Z-Z-Z-Z-Z-Z-Z-Z-Z-Z. See, more than 7 Z's. I'm angry at this wine. Questions. Nicole asks, wine recommendation for Panseared Halibut and Thai red coconut curry reduction. Panseared Halibut with Thai red coconut curry reduction. before I answer this question, the way you can get your questions asked on the Thunder Show on Fridays, on Laid Back Friday with the Kiz Ouch, is by going to the ask.winelibrary.com. Mott, link it up. The other way you can find it when you want to look at it, and this is a community place where you can help and answer questions, is up there. I know you might be watching on iTunes and you're like looking at your iPod and be like, up where? Or somewhere else. But up there on winelibrarytv.com, there's a little tab that says network. Click it, and then you can see the Ask section. Go in there. Nicole, to answer your question from August 28th, not too long ago, for me, I'm a really big fan of Gewürztraminer in this exact scenario. I like Gewürz when it gets a little spicy and curry-esque. The other thing I like quite a bit in this scenario is Albarino, and we talked about it just yesterday. I think it's a very versatile grape that does a lot of good things. By the way, I love coconut curry reduction and halibut. My God, I still taste buttered popcorn from this wine. So you can't say it's lacquer finish. Gewürz, Albarino, 2 whites that I think go well. On a red wine, I think you can really roll the dice in this scenario and try a Primitivo. I've done Primitivo, which is kind of like the red Zinfandel from Italy, even though it's not DNA connected. I know, save me the emails. It's been a wine that I've actually done in this scenario once before, and I thought it was a really good combination. I always like to have a red and white combo, so I hope that answers your question. Let's move on to the next question. J.O. on August 29th says, bottles with shoulders. I've heard people prefer wine from bottles with shoulders. Are these people crazy, or is it possible that there is a difference in taste due to the shape of a bottle? If you don't know what he's talking about in the question, here are 2 wines from yesterday. This wine is considered to have shoulders, more so than this. Now he's saying that he's heard from friends that wines that they prefer to drink have bottles that have shoulders. My answer to that question is, that is the stupidest thing I have ever heard. Jeez, this is like the labels. I mean, are we going to get suckered for marketing in wine for the rest of our lives? I mean, it's a bottle. They buy a more expensive bottle to make it look better, to make it look more profound. I mean, to make it look a little more Clone 5. You know, I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, no, there is no correlation to the bottle's shoulders to the quality of the wine in front. And J.O., please send this link to those people, and then let them have, I can't even say it, I'm so angry. Have them email me. I want to personally talk to them on the phone. I mean, I just feel bad, and this is the preconceived notions and all the other things that have been around the wine industry forever. So just to answer your question, no. Let's move on. Jeez. Life is too short. Says Too Short. He's the ladies' pimp. I love Too Short. You listen to Too Short, Mott? Nah. You're more like a Bruce Springsteen kind of guy. No. P.U.
He stinks.
Who do you like?
I like anybody but Springsteen.
Anybody but Springsteen from the Jersey boy, Chris Mott. That is definitely going to get some comments. Monster's going to get attacked. Finally, I'm going to enjoy it. Oh, wow, and he gave you this, guys. He's a tough one. He's, you know, he's not as polished as I am. Question is, why are we here? J.O. says, why are we here? And I guess I could take that in a lot of different ways, but I think I'm going to answer it for why are we watching Wine Library TV, and I hope the reason we're here and watching WLTV is that people are enjoying the show. I figured this was a great question to segue into something that I want to say. The amount of love that I received yesterday from just the entire community and other people on the internet, except my good friend D547, has been just overwhelming. I will always do this show as long as I can, because as much as I feel like I do give out and do the show every day and answer emails for 4 or 5 hours a day, and I do apologize if you have an email in my queue right now, it is over the top. We're talking 3 G's in the inbox. But what you guys give me in return is over the top. I'm here because I love people and I love to share this passion I have for wine. I hope you're here because maybe you're learning a little something, and also a lot of you are contributing to the community and making things happen. This has been an amazing journey. Really climaxed a little bit yesterday. I wonder if we jumped. That's it. Is it going to go all downhill from here? It probably will. But if it doesn't, then I think we've got a great climb to go. And I just want to thank everybody. And I hope we're here because we realize there's a bigger picture in wine where it brings family and friends together. And that's what I felt last night with some of the Maniacs, and that's what I'm feeling with this. I cannot believe or wait to see how many people are in San Francisco for some of these events. It is going to be fantastic. Friendships are made over wine, people. Remember that. It's a great connector for people. Cool stuff. 8, 2003 Reserve Chardonnay from Spring Mountain, which I'm a big fan of. You know, Barons and Hitchcock and Keenan and Pride all come from this great area. Cellared and bottled by 7 and 8. 7 is their Cab, 8 is their Chardonnay. 2003, a little bit older, just a hair, not really old, but it's $28 US. And it is 93 points from the Wine Enthusiast. And it is a winery that I've been following for a long time and been very impressed with their efforts. I think I did have the 2003, maybe early on. I haven't had it in a long time. It's much more golden, much more Chardonnay-like than the last one for sure. Let's give it a little bit of a sniffy sniff. Very interesting. This smells like buttered covered lemons. And like really distinctly. This is not the subtleness that we talk about in so many wines. This is like, oh, buttered covered lemons. And man, smell this. Seriously, this is buttered covered melons. Maybe with a little just a of like insect. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Right? It's real obvious. I mean, a lot of times when we're talking about the nose and the bouquet, and everybody at home is listening and tasting along, and God, it's got a little air. It's got like a bubblegum kind of thing too.
Second smell is very pronounced.
Yeah, so it starts with, and then almost goes into like a bubblegum smell. It almost smells like Bazooka Joe. Yeah, it's a lemon covered in butter here, and then you got to go right into here to think about taking 50 pieces of Bazooka Joe and like melting it down, or whatever you can do to make it aromatic. It's quite, no it's not, it's cotton candy. Smell it again. It's cotton candy. So that Bazooka Joe thing I was giving on the finish, it's actually real life. Do you get it on the finish? No? Well, forget you.
Oh, I know.
You know plenty. That's all you need to know is what you know. Lemons with butter, but then a cotton candy-esque finish on the nose. This is really one of the more interesting and exciting white wine noses I've come across in a long time. Very fruity, fun, new world in its approach. Let's give it a little bit of a whirl. I like this wine. Wow. Not a way to kick it into the weekend, is it? A little 0 for 2 action. Maybe we got 2 walks, though, as well, so we were on base a little bit. This wine kind of falls apart dramatically in the mid-palate. It starts off with a nice pear and lemon flavor, drops completely off, comes back with a sharp, almost horseradish-esque finish. Not for me. I'm going to go 8-4. 2 84s today. I'm going to give this one a pass, 28 bones. I don't know what the enthusiast was thinking on this wine. I totally disagree. It really falls apart in the mid-palate. Anybody who tastes wine seriously at some level will see that. It's so clear. Oh, and the finish is tough. Just want to, before I ask this last question, want to thank everybody who's been friending me up. I adore the action that I'm getting in Corked. Facebook, Pounce, like to see the Pounce love. Pounce, a great site. Twitter's been fun. I mean, just tremendous. I love it. I love engaging with you guys, interacting, and I hope it's been half as fun for you guys as it has for me. Please friend me up if you haven't in the past. Final question, and it's a good one. From Polo P on August 22nd. At 2,300 hours and 7 minutes. Says, okay, this question has a mildly inflammatory purpose. My point is this. If the show does promote the idea that the current rhetoric is outdated and or detrimental to the wine world, why you only vouch for a limited all-American critics and publications, i.e. Wine Spectator and Robert Parker and others. What about Decanter Magazine, Janice Robinson, Pen and Guide, Michael Broadbent, Gambaro Rosso, for instance, exposing and approving different views and approaches to wine? Wouldn't it help promote wine diversity? Wouldn't it? That is a remarkable question, and I think holds a lot of valid points in there. So, Paula, basically I'm going to do that because that's fun for me, but that's not a negative thing because I think you bring up a tremendous point. Let me get to the gist of where it's at with WLTV. I'm a huge fan of Gambaro Rosso. I'm sure I probably even have, I have it lingering. I mean, I get it every year. 3 glasses to me gets me all pumped. Janice Robinson is a legend, remarkable. I'm a big fan of many of other people. I read Decanter each month. The reason I tell you what's the price point and the score on wines is because I take it directly from the website. And on our website, that's what we have. A lot of why I say 90 points or 93 points Wine Enthusiast is out of pure laziness because, again, I shoot from the hip. I mean, I'm not doing lots of homework before the show or at all, really, because I kind of know what I know about a lot of wines, but I think that probably is detrimental at some level. I could probably give a little bit more, but spending so much time in so many other areas, I'm a little thin in that level. I think it's a tremendous point. It has to really do with how we promote on our website on winelibrary.com because that's where I get the information for the price and the rating. So I will try to make sure that we diversify more because I agree with you. These are quality outlets. However, and I hope you've heard me say this a whole bunch. Just giving you that mod for that thing you did before. Let's get a little ranty. I know a lot of you have heard this a whole bunch, but I do say that for sake of information because it's kind of what I do. I also rate the wines. I'm also a guy who's complete contradiction. On this side, I say don't give a rat's ass about ratings from Parker, Spector, Gambaro Rosso, Janice Robinson, me, Decanter. I don't care where it comes from. Cartoon Kelly, Sandy Potts, whoever. Can't wait for people to try to figure out who those people are. It doesn't matter. It only matters what you think and what your palate says. Sure, they're guidance. I understand people think they're guidance, and they are guidance. Maybe you can find somebody who you agree with so much that you can really rely on. However, I just believe that ratings are way overblown. I am part of the problem. Mott, fling that thing at me. I'll take my, Mott! Jesus. You're like Eli Manning over there. I'm definitely part of the problem, but I hope that I scream louder on the flip side, which is I don't believe that they should be an indication of what people should buy from it. It devastates me that people would buy. What I like about Wine Library TV is that you kind of have to listen to the words before you get to my score, whereas I know so many people don't read the Parker or the Spectator or Gambaro Rosso or whatever. They're just looking at the direct numbers. So there's that advantage of using this new technology. I really, really, really hope people are embracing their inner palates, trying different things. I hope people get a chance to try these 2 wines and see where they disagree with me. Maybe they agree. I don't know. I mean, what I really want more than anything else, honestly, more than anything else, what I want is for everybody to try as many different wines as possible. When people email me and tell me, I love Tarantes now because of your show on Tarantes months and months ago, got to do another show on that. That makes me so happy. When I'm going to try another Dolcetto because, you were so enthusiastic the other day, but I've only had one and I hated it. Well, now I'm going to try it. That makes me so happy. Lots of things make me happy, but when people are willing to go outside their zone and try new things, that, my friend, that is what Wine Library TV is all about, because when you try new things and you do new things and you meet new people, your life will be enhanced. And one day when people look back at WLTV, I hope that's what they think, not what score I gave to this or what score I gave to that. That, and that they put a Gary Vaynerchuk bobblehead on their desk. Because, guys, here's the question of the day. I almost went there, but I caught it. I'm getting good, right? Question of the day. What is your favorite new discovery? Because you, with a little bit of me, we're changing the wine world, whether they like it or not.